yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagons. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sense. That good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagons. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sense.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808s, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock crashing. Like an IPO, trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they king left and they so mad, it's like
good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagons. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sense. That good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagons. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sense.
yeah, hey, look what I got. New whip with no top. Cooking up no stove top. Ice cold, no snow drop. Big budget ass, big facts. Big money in the contract. Been running no contact. New record with the new tracks. Yeah, they been sending me new plaques. I don't really need new plaques. Nah, big rock with the suplex. Yeah, new rock got a new flex. Yeah, I'm current, I'm a new trend. Now boys with the full scent. Yeah, like I said, no new friends. We don't really need new friends.
Good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagons. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sense. That good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagons. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sense.
It's been a while since I dropped this shit. Swole fam, y'all better run this up. KD, let's go. Yeah. Aye, East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, you know we don't play guys, yeah. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, you know we don't play guys, yeah. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, you know we don't play guys, yeah. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, yeah. You know we don't play guys. I'm blessed, I never said I didn't struggle. I finesse, I never said I didn't hustle. These niggas talk so loud, the way I move is subtle. I'm the ocean, but these niggas just a puddle. Ay, oh, I swear I'm delusional. These niggas, they using me. They want my energy, ain't nothing new, this is usual. These figures confusing me. What's gotten into me? They say I'm using their cubicles. Clipping KD like some cuticles. None of this shit is excusable. Don't need a muse when I'm musical. Ay, whoa, I'm tired of saying for truth when nobody's doing it. Yeah. They're controlling the youth, agenda of fusing them. Nigga, we losing them. Matter of fact, we just abusing them, that's a fact. We try to roll with a ballad act. Fucking low key with a Tesseract. They throwing smoke when they got it. Get the fuck up out your little bubble. They wanna ask how much it costs, I said it double. Gorilla beer, these niggas only rockin' stubble. The realest nigga make these bitches start to stumble. Aye, East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, you know we don't play guys, yeah. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, you know we don't play guys, yeah. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, you know we don't play guys, yeah. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, you know we don't play guys, yeah.
Obesity is epidemic in the United States and a major cause of death.
What is fat activism?
I, a fat person, am sharing my own lived experience.
Pizza is a vegetable.
Your fat phobia is your problem.
It is not my place as a smaller-bodied white man to comment on it.
Radical body positivity.
What can men do against such reckless hate?
There's only one man who can help me.
This is for you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits.
This day we fight!
Swole nor muff.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing. Testing, testicles. Welcome, everyone, to episode 3193 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular Swolecast, Beercast, Broadcast, Gamecast, Mancast, Pimpcast, Sleevescast, and Slaycast in the realm, because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes, bustas, hustlers, and yahoos? It's your boy, Papa Swolio, back with another episode. In today's episode, the Beastcast is brought to you, is powered, is sponsored by Everest and K2, flexing on all you bees. Today, fam, is an Ask Papa Swolio live, so we're just taking live questions. We're chilling. Welcome to the show, 3193, Saturday, February the 1st. And of course, you can subscribe to the show. Make sure you hit the like button if you're watching live on Rumble or YouTube at The Daily Swole. And of course, you can subscribe over on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. It is warmed up. It's nice. It's high 70s, low 80s, actually hot as hell today in Florida. So it's beautiful. The weather is back. And like I said, we're just taking live questions today. So just drop them in the comments. If you're watching live on Instagram, you can follow the podcast over on Rumble and YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. Link is in my bio. Make sure you subscribe. So drop your questions down below. We're taking live questions today. Welcome, Pam, Loretta, Sheena, PK. How we doing? Storm Machine, Sunburn, Lavash. A lot of people are coming in. A nice Saturday afternoon. Going to be here for a little while. Not for a long while, but just taking questions. So drop yours in the questions down below. A couple notes before we get started. If you are not on the email list, go to makeemailswoleagain.com to get on the email list. We're sending out several emails a week to blow up your inbox and stretch it out, rejuvenate your inbox. Makeemailswoleagain.com to get on the email list. And of course, if you want to call into the show, you can head on over to askpapaswolio.com and call into the show at any time, and we'll get to your question in an upcoming episode. First question, we'll take one from Instagram, Fit Twin Dad. Papa Swolio, you getting on that red light therapy train or trend? Well, I've been looking into doing that for a while. I just didn't want to spend the money on a big unit because it gets into like a few $1,000s. But I did the sauna and the cold plunge stuff first, so that's on the docket. But not looking to invest in anything like that yet. Not when Bitcoin's pumping. Hard to make a justification for something like that when you can buy hard money. You can trade garbage fiat for BTC. It's hard to make one of those purchases, but there's a lot of good stuff out there. Prices will come down as the competition increases, but there's a lot of cool companies out there. But I don't want to get something that's just for your face, for example. I want to get something that's like full body. But definitely interested in it, and I think it's legit. But of course, if you want health benefits, just go out in the sun. A lot of you aren't in the sun. But living in Florida, it's less necessary. If you get up and you get some early morning sun or some evening sun, you get those red wavelengths. That's really great. Go out and get some sun on your nips. One thing that's tough is to do the sauna in Florida when it's already hot in the summer. The sauna is great. Obviously, it's different than being in the sun, but when it's really hot outside, you want to get into the sauna less. But it's a great thing. Sauna first. I recommend you guys do the sauna if you have to pick something. That's been shown overwhelmingly to provide benefits for all-cause mortality. So get your sauna on, people. Master Pablo, Papa Swolio, favorite shoulder growth exercise. I don't have favorites, but I'll do any sort of lateral raise and overhead press, reverse pec deck. So I train every other day, and I'll usually pick one shoulder exercise. So most important thing is to understand that dumbbells are different than cables, and you can get different tensions. So you want to train the middle deltoid in the lengthened position, the shortened position. So for example, dumbbells, the tension's greatest at the top. And if you use a cable that's lined up with your hand at the bottom, the tension is going to be more in the lengthened position. So just mix that up. One arm, two arm. You can use cuffs if you want, but dumbbells are great. Prone on a high incline is great. Overhead press machine, like a Smith machine or a shoulder press machine, those are great. And of course, if you're in a wide position for a shoulder press, you're going to get some middle deltoid in there too. Just understand that whatever you're training, prioritize the muscles you're trying to bring up. So if you're lacking in your posterior deltoid or you want to bring up your shoulders, you could train those first on an upper body session. Store Machine 97 on Rumble. Papa Swolio, I'm doing upper lower split. What days do you recommend incorporating hip and ab exercises? Those are important for me. I ride horses and need to maintain strong hips and core. Well, to be honest, you're going to get strong hips and core, and you're going to activate and train the muscles that you need to train for riding horses by riding horses. That's just a very unique movement in the sequence and the coordination for doing so. That's going to be strengthened just by doing that and practicing that regularly. If you're doing an upper lower split, I would recommend incorporating hip exercise on lower body. So do your RDLs, do your hip hinges, do your 45-degree hypers, do your glutes, do your adductors and abductors, whatever that is, on a lower body day. Ab, you can throw in whenever. And you want to progressively overload those exercises like anything else. So you could do lateral bending. You could do an abdominal machine that you could progressively overload. And you can choose whichever day you prefer, lower body or upper body. It doesn't really matter. Again, whatever you prioritize, you should be training earlier in your workout. So if you want to target certain muscles, you want to train those first, whether it's upper or lower body day. Raven Ball on YouTube. Papa Swolio, is incline or flat bench more productive when wanting a bulkier chest? I would do both. I do both. I alternate them on different days. So ideally, you want to do a converging chest press no matter what it is. You don't have to. Some chest machines don't converge, like the Smith machine doesn't converge, and some I would say most plate-loaded machines probably converge, but some chest machines with a stack don't have a converging pattern. It's not the end of the world, but it's better if you have some sort of converging pattern with the handles. So when you train incline, it doesn't train the incline. It doesn't train your clavicular pec more. It just trains the sternal pec less. So it's great. You'll still get sternal activation when you do an incline. And most people will lack more of the clavicular pec than they do the sternal pec. I don't know if you'll ever see someone that has a very developed clavicular pec and has no sternal pec. It's usually the opposite. So if you find that you are lacking in your clavicular portion, you can do more shoulder pressing because you'll hit some you'll hit some clavicular pec when you do incline pressing, because you shouldn't be straight up when you do an incline. You should be on a high incline. And some machines for shoulder, you can actually have a neutral handle, so you'll get some clavicular pec in there as well. So overall, if you want to bulk your chest, I would do both and see what you need to do. There are some chest machines, and I have a couple different ones, and I have some that have a neutral handle. So if your elbows are more down by the sides, if you're doing flat dumbbell press, let's say all you have is dumbbells, that's totally fine. A lot of people don't have good form with that. Their elbows are too flared. If you tuck your elbows in more 45 degrees, that's a better position for the chest, and you'll get more sternal and clavicular pec. So it's a good question. Raven followed up, I'm only using dumbbells, FYI. So there you go. So I would make sure that you do, and play around with it. You don't need a high incline either. So I would play around with different levels of incline and see where you feel it the most, because everyone's going to be a little bit different. So if you feel a low incline versus a high incline, do that. But I would also look into your form and tuck your elbows a little bit more in by the side. Make sure you're not 90 degrees, and you'll hit more of your sternal and clavicular pec. It's a good question. Godoy, you're the best, Papa. Thank you. I agree. Benji, so I need some more Papa Swolio merch to wear and remind me to continue. Well, today I'm rocking the throwback. This is one of our earlier designs, back to the fucking gym. And we have 20% off everything over at papaswolio.com. So check that out. Lots of awesome merch. Lots of awesome merch. Everyone knows if you go to the fucking gym, the next thing is to go back to the fucking gym. All right. Question, do you ship your bangin' tees internationally? Absolutely. We ship all over the world. All over the world. Can you ask something not related to workouts? Don't ask to ask, just drop your questions because I might not see the next question. There's a lot of comments coming through, so. Store Machine, what are the shirts made of? You can check that all out on the website, all the breakdowns. Some designs, some styles, some colors might have different blends, but most of them are cotton. We offer all different types. I recommend you get things that are 100% cotton, but some of the Heather designs might be a poly blend. But that will all break down in the description when you look at each individual shirt. So just understand that some of the colors might have a different blend, even for the same design. Sheena, Papa Swolio on Rumble. If I feel a chest press more in my biceps than my chest, is that because my arms are at too much of a 90-degree angle? It could be. It could be you're not bending your elbows enough. It depends on your form. I will say, from training thousands of clients, a lot of women tend to press like really wide, and they go wide like this, and they keep their elbows really high. I don't know why, but it seems like more of a female thing in general. So that very well could be. The best thing to do is to take a video of yourself doing it so you can see what your form is like. That's what's really most important. That's why it's great to have a training partner, or it's good to have a personal trainer. You don't have to. And the great thing about a video is that you're kind of your own personal trainer, so you can check out your form. And this also helps because sometimes I'll do a set and I'm counting reps, and sometimes I'm like, shit, did I do 6 or 7? And I forget because I got to 5 or 6 and then I focus on pushing. I'm not counting in my head sometimes. So if you take a video, you can always look back at the video and see what you actually got. And then when you're doing it, just go as hard as you can, whether or not you're trying to go to 0 RIR or leave one in the tank or failure or whatnot. Remember the biceps, when it comes to the bicep muscle, you're also getting some shoulder flexion because the bicep doesn't attach to the humerus. So you're getting some shoulder flexion. So that's normal too. That's normal too. But maybe you're not bending your elbows enough, and maybe your arms are a little bit too high, so it's putting more tension on that shoulder flexion component. Pam Stein says, I can say the hoodies I got are awesome quality. That's great. Let's get America for that one. Glad you are enjoying it. I love the hoodies too. I love the hoodies. I love hoodies. Who doesn't love a hoodie? The thing is, in Florida, I rarely get an opportunity to wear them. We had a couple cold days, so I wore a hoodie for 2 days, and then I have no application to wear a hoodie. It's just too hot. It's 81 degrees or something today. It's hot and sunny. It's beautiful outside. And we have a house, so you can't really keep it super, super, super cold. It's hard to keep a house cold in Florida. And plus, the power bill goes through the roof if you're trying to keep it really cold. So usually I don't keep it that cold in the house overall, but we have splits where certain rooms can be really cold. Like in here with the equipment and everything I got going on, and I'm not going to sit here sweating doing the show. So I can jack up the AC split unit a little bit more just locally in the office or in the bedroom. Raven on YouTube, are there any everyday vitamins you take, for example, like men's 1 a day or NAD? Beef liver, magnesium, creatine, vitamin D. Eating grass-fed and finished beef liver is nature's multivitamin. So I don't take any pills that are technically a multivitamin. And there might be some good ones out there, but you have to actually do the research. A lot of times, foods that are fortified with vitamins or certain products might not have a bioavailable vitamin or mineral. You might be getting some lower quality stuff. There are certain compounds when they're creating vitamins that might not be bioavailable as much, or the right type of vitamin B and things like that, for example, but they're cheaper. So you have to make sure you're getting a quality brand. And, you know, because of processing, if it's third-party tested, you can definitely get better ones, some better than others. You just have to be mindful and pay attention. But you shouldn't be taking a multivitamin and then eating shit. If you think that taking a multivitamin is going to compensate for a bad diet, that's not correct. It is Swole Slut Saturday, so we will give away a Swole card on Rumble. Make sure you drop in the comments, hashtag SSS. It's Swole Slut Saturday. So we'll give this away to one of you Sassy Swole Sluts. So drop that hashtag in the comments down below. Master Pablo on YouTube. And again, if you're watching on Instagram, you can come on over and subscribe on Rumble and YouTube. That's where the show is. You get the full show every day. Today, we're just going to stream because we're just taking questions. But during the week, make sure that you are subscribed to the podcast. You can listen on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Master Pablo asks, Papa Swolio, thought on the different forms of creatine and which you'd prefer. Example, powders, pills, or gummies. Just powder. Creatine monohydrate. Creatine monohydrate, straight up. Sheena says, my family steals the mugs from me. My husband steals my Swole Signal mug. That's a great design for a mug. And my son's girlfriend steals the Fuck Your Feelings mug. Well, they have good taste. And you have good taste too, because you purchased them. Sounds like you need some more mugs. Sounds like you need some more mugs. You're going to pay more for pills too. You're going to pay more for any of these supplements. Last thing I would take is creatine pills. How many pills are you taking? Like 5, 6? No, just take a scoop, 5 grams. All right, fam, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe. We are here, and we're here every day, and sometimes we have audio-only episodes, so make sure you subscribe on Spotify and Apple Podcast, The Daily Swole. This is episode 3193.
Wow.
Mike Tower, what do you think about creatine in a 16-year-old? It's fine. Do I compete in bodybuilding? No. But I do with myself. I do. I compete with myself. I compete with my last workout, trying to get that extra pound, trying to get that extra rep. Jay Sanchez on YouTube's Papa Swolio, best time to take magnesium glycinate. And how much would you take? Mine is 200 milligrams. I take it in the morning. I'll take it around when I work out, and I'll take it before bed. So you have to experiment and see what works best for you, but I'll take probably 500 milligrams in the morning, and I'll take 500 milligrams to a gram at night. That's just my personal preference. If you have eye twitches, if you have restless leg, if you have cramping, you're just deficient in magnesium. Most people are deficient in magnesium. So I would adjust it and see how you feel. Magnesium glycinate is great. So that's the form that I prefer. That's the form that I would generally recommend, but how much is dependent on the individual. So I would test it and see how it works for you. Start with less, and then you can add and see if you feel better. People that say, take 500 milligrams a day, that's not enough. For me, at least, it's not enough. That doesn't do it for me. You rotten heart on Instagram. Papa Soy, how long have you been training? Are there days when you don't feel like training? I've been training for, what year is it? About 25 years. And yes, there are days when I don't feel like training. You're not human if you feel like training every day. But you have to stick to the program. If you chronically are wiped out, so you have to understand there's a difference, and this comes with experience. If you are on a good program and it's just one of those days you kind of feel like you're dragging, sometimes you get started, you have a great workout, it's just in your head, you have to get going. Other times, maybe it's your programming, maybe your programming sucks, maybe your diet sucks, maybe your sleep sucks. So that could be other reasons why you're feeling run down. So if it's a chronic thing, you have to go back to the basics and the fundamentals. But even if you're doing everything quote unquote right and everything else is consistent, sometimes you just kind of feel in a low mood. You feel like you're funked. You feel a little bit more drained than other times. So it's just the human condition. taking magnesium in the morning makes me so tired. I don't think that's related. It's relaxing. I don't see how you would feel tired after taking it. But maybe there's that muscle relaxing component. I don't know how much you're taking, but maybe a little bit less would be good. I never get tired after taking it. But of course, if I'm taking it in the evening before bed and I know I'm going to sleep, I should be tired anyway because it's the end of the day and I'm winding down. But again, that's why you test these things and see what works best for you. It could also be the amount. So you have to play around with the timing and play around with the amount. You rotten heart. Have you ever felt that despite going to the gym every day, you have not been depressed or seen any changes? That sometimes depresses many people and they give up. I'm not sure what you're asking. If you're eating healthy and you have purpose in your life and you're doing things with intent, you're not going to be depressed. Most of the people that claim they have depression have terrible lifestyle habits. So yeah, I'd feel like shit all the time if I didn't take care of myself. You're always on medication, you're eating garbage food, you're not getting sunlight, you're getting tons of blue light, your sleep sucks, your nutrition sucks, your electrolyte balance sucks, your exercise habits suck, your relationships suck. No wonder you feel like shit. Understand that you're the cumulative effect of your habits. And these are hundreds and thousands of habits every day, every week, every month, every year. And there's a lot of things that go into how you feel. There's a lot of things that go into your mindset. But if you have purpose in your life, and you have to generate that purpose, and I enjoy every day. I enjoy every day. I don't have to be running around. I don't have to burn myself out. I don't have to compulsively train every day when it's a recovery day. I adjust and I adapt. And it's not always convenient, but if you have purpose and you have a schedule and you're disciplined, you're going to plow through regardless of how you feel. But like I said, there are differences. If I feel chronically exhausted, I feel wiped out and, maybe I'm not recovering enough. Maybe my training program, the frequency is too much. Maybe the volume is too much. So if it's something that you're noticing as a pattern, and again, there are times when I don't feel like training, and I go and I do it, and my numbers are up, and I had a great workout. So guess what? I feel awesome afterwards. I feel awesome, one, because of the endorphins and things, because I had a great workout, but also because I saw that objectively I had a great workout. And this is why it's very important to track it in detail, because you might not feel strong. And there's some days where I just don't feel strong in my head. I kind of feel, I don't know, it happens. But then I see, okay, this is what I did last time, and I got an extra rep, and then all my lifts are up. It was in my head. I'm glad I did it. Objectively, I had a great workout. Objectively, I was able to progressively overload. So it is what it is. And you're not going to make gains in the sense of progressive overload every single time you train. Not every single time. Maybe it's 2 or 3 sessions. You hit a plateau. You can't get that extra rep, but then you do. So you have to keep in mind some lifts are going to go up more rapidly. If you do a new exercise, that strength is going to go up more rapidly just because in the short term, the neuromuscular coordination. So you get that strength. If you do a new movement, it's a new grip and it's a new machine. You have to kind of get the feel for it. So you'll see that strength go up really quickly at the beginning. And remember, the goal is progressive overload. The goal is not fatigue. The goal is not soreness. The goal is not a pump. The goal is to add that extra rep or add that extra pound. And I don't talk about, when I say depression's in your head and it's a scam and this, that, and the other, I'm being hyperbolic, and I'm not saying this to diminish anyone's personal experience, but most people don't understand that they have control over their habits. Most people don't understand all the things in their environment and all the habits that they do every day and how that literally relates to their state of mind. And it's very important to understand that you have control and you can make these changes that can make a massive difference in your life. And a lot of people avoid it, especially this time of year. Vitamin D is a major thing. Magnesium and vitamin D is so important. I love living close to the equator because I can get sun all year round. If you're living in Canada and it's snowy for 8 or 9 months out of the year, I'd be fucking depressed too. Also because I'm living under communism, but, because of the snow and the high latitude. Let's get a little America for that one. Making Canada America again. We're taking it back. You rotten heart, blowing me up. I appreciate it. Do you have any goals to continue working on your strength every day? Or is it just a motivation for self-improvement or something personal? It's always personal. It's my life. If you're lifting weights, your goal should be increasing strength every time you train. That should be your goal. If you want to build muscle, your goal should be building strength. You're not going to get muscle without building strength, without getting stronger. Cerny says, since taking vitamin D, I never get sick. That's fantastic. I still take vitamin D, even if I'm getting a lot of sun, especially this time of year, because even though I'm getting sun, it's still not, the sun's not as high in the sky. It's not as direct as it is around the summer, which is why it's not as hot in Florida in the wintertime as it is the summer. It's also not as humid, which is great, but I'll take it. Jay Sanchez, you mean America 2? That's right. Canada's America 2. I think Greenland's going to be America 3, or maybe Mexico. I'm not sure if we're going to make which one's 3 or 4. But I feel like because America, we love sequels so much, we just need to name it America 1, America 2, America 3, America 4. We can call Canada the Dose. Just like from Dodgeball, ESPN 8 The Ocho. We can call Canada the Dose. Oh, I'm going to the Dose this weekend. Oh, nice, nice. America 2, sweet. Yeah, we're going to make Mexico definitely America 4. And you'd say, well, why should it be 4? It's not as good. It's not good enough to be America 3. Well, Rocky 4 was great, so don't knock Rocky 4. Greetings from Spain. America 5 in the house. Here we go. Just keep on going. Fuck yeah! That's true. Sheena says, well, since half of Mexico came across the border already, I feel like they're already America 2. Touche. Touche. Hashtag SSS at Swole Slut Saturday. Drop that in the comments down below. All right. Michael, what kind of beard products do you use, bro? My beard is new to me. Good for you. Shout out to a brand new beard. That's fantastic.
Hi, puppy.
That's great. Good for you. A new beard. What do I use in my beard? I actually don't use beard oils. I have some beard oils, but I really don't do anything on a regular. You can use jojoba oil. You can use beef tallow and stuff like on the skin under your beard. Whatever I talk about hair, skin, and nails, it's really the nutrition. The nutrition is so important. So if you're eating healthy, you're eating a lot of collagen, a lot of protein, getting rid of inflammatory foods, your hair, skin, and nails are going to be more luscious. But I would recommend something that has like a good argan oil, maybe sweet almond oil. You can have jojoba oil you could use on your skin, hair, skin, and nails. Jojoba oil is great for hair also. You put in the ends, brush it through. I only know that because I have long hair. Most dudes don't care, or they don't brush their hair and stuff like that. But you should if you have long hair, but it's really good for your skin. It's very close to the natural oils in your skin. So organic jojoba oil, and that's Jojo, jojoba. Jojoba oil. Oh my God, Omar. Papa Swole, do you drink shakes or all natty with food like steak? So is that true? Is that true? That is protein not natty anymore? Man, if we're going that direction, then I take protein. I use grass-fed protein. So I'll have that in the morning and sometimes after a workout. But it depends. Sometimes after a workout, we're already making dinner if it's in the afternoon, or I'll eat food. So it really depends, but earlier in the day, in the morning, I like it. When I wake up, and then I'll have some eggs or something after. You rotten heart, I'm glad your community is so diverse as you inspire both people who already train and those who are just starting out. Yeah, inside Swolenormous X, we have everyone. We have people that have trained for 20, 30 years. We have people that have never worked out in their lives. So we have programs in the Swolenormous app, if you're interested, click the link in the bio and you can check out the 7 Pillars ebook if you're brand new. That's the best place to start. You can go to swolenormousx.com and check out memberships and the Swolenormous app. So we have programs for body weight. We have programs for beginners. We have program for advanced starter yoga classes, level 3 yoga classes. We have hundreds of classes and programs for all levels of experience. But this is why the 7 pillars are so important. You don't have to be anything. You could be fresh, you could be experienced. And usually when it comes to making progress, it's because, or people that hit plateaus, when you're hitting plateaus and you can't get through, it's usually not something high level that you need to add. A lot of people are asking about what supplement should I take? I'm trying to make gains and I can't do it. So you're looking for some magic pill, so to speak, just to colloquially put it out there. But it really comes down to the basics. It really comes down to the fundamentals where people are usually lacking. So if you're not seeing progress, don't think that there's something complicated that you need to add. It's usually other things you need to take away and go back down to the 7 pillars and go back down to the fundamentals. So if you don't know what those are, again, link in the bio, download the 7 pillars over on the website. Do I have dedicated calisthenics workouts? I do not. And if you download the 7 pillars, it's free. So go check it out. Rotten Heart again. Love it. How did you start making content on Instagram? Did someone encourage you, or did you plan to grow on Instagram on your own? No one encouraged me. I just did it. I started streaming and doing a podcast. I started making videos on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and Busker and apps that don't even exist. Periscope back in the day. I just started making content. Sharing my expertise. I started the podcast coming up on 9 years. So in a couple months will be 9 years straight. So understand, if you have a message you want to send, you have to post it where people are going to see it. So I started making content and was religious with it. That's why the show is daily. So the Daily Swole is daily for a reason, because I want to be consistent. I could have done a show every other day. I could have done a show once a week, but it wouldn't have grown the way it did by doing it inconsistent. So I wanted to make sure it's something that I was showing up for every day. And I just pushed. I pushed really hard. I learned how to run ads. I learned how to all sorts of stuff. Running a business. And understand, a lot of people that create content online, maybe they're a TikTok, they're an influencer, they don't understand the back end of running a business. So a lot of people just have followers, but they don't really have any substance. They don't have any structure. It's much easier to set that up now than when I started it. But my recommendation is that if you have a message, you want to share it, figure out what you're good at, whether you like to write, whether you like audio, whether you like video, or both. You want to do it all. You honestly want to do it all. You got to start somewhere. So I started with 0. No followers, nothing. 0. And look at where we are today. But you also got to be good at it too. But you don't get good at it. I wasn't good at it when I started. I just did it. So earlier videos are nothing like the way I can record videos today with the quality and the editing, but they shouldn't be good. If my content was the same that it was 9 years ago, then I haven't been working hard. I haven't been trying. I haven't been practicing. I haven't been developing. So, and it used to be a lot more complicated because each platform had different types of video. Now that all the platforms have vertical content, it's much easier to make a certain type of content and post on all the platforms, because you have Instagram, or you have Reels, and you have Stories, and then you have TikTok, and you have YouTube Shorts, and you have X. You have all these platforms that all do vertical video. So now you can create a vertical video and then you could post it everywhere. Back when I started, you had to do certain ones that were landscape mode and some that were 1080 by 1080. I'd do square, and then some you had to do vertical, like Snapchat. So it was a pain in the ass because you had to format things differently. And then each platform is very different, or was much more different than it is now. So you had to create different types of content. You couldn't just do the same video and crop it differently. You had to do longer form on YouTube or short content on Instagram. And I was doing this when Instagram, it was limited to like 15 seconds or a minute. It's just different. So I had to do videos in a certain way. Now a lot of most content is pretty much the same. It's all vertical because phones weren't the same in 2016 as they are now. Now everyone's got a smartphone. The bandwidth is better. The phones are better. So now you can have video with high quality and everyone's getting it. In the past, you couldn't just do 4K or high quality video because some people couldn't load it. They didn't have phones that could load it. A lot of people were using computers still for going on Facebook and stuff. And some people still do, but you know, they're at work and they're on their computer. From Barcelona, how is better, cardio first and later lifting, or the other way around? I would never, if it's separated by hours, you can kind of figure out what works best for you. But if you're doing a session, you never want to exhaust yourself before lifting. So I would do cardio after. But if you're doing cardio in the morning and then going back and lifting at night, if that's your preference, that's probably fine. But you don't have to do it on the same day. Again, if you're trying to build muscle, you don't want to exhaust yourself before you go for your intense sets. So you never want to do 30 minutes of cardio before lifting. That's ridiculous. People still do that, and that's why they don't make progress. Raven on YouTube. We'll take a few more questions, so drop your questions in the comments down below for a chance to be featured. Raven says, is stretch marks a sign of growth when lifting? I noticed some on my inner thighs and kind of got excited. Yeah, it can be. I have stretch marks. Most people do, whether from pregnancy or from rapid breast growth in middle school or high school. Ladies, you know, or if you put on a lot of weight, if you get fat quickly, or if you build muscle. I don't want to say quickly, but if you build muscle rapidly, some people are more susceptible. This is why you want to use moisturizer, jojoba oil, or vitamin E and cocoa butter. There's a lot of different options that you can use for moisturizing the skin. But especially when you're building muscle, it's very, very common. Those vegan tears. I got some sparkling vegan tears today. Sparkling. Felt like some bubbles. I should create a sparkling water brand called Michael Bublé. Cerny, Papa Swole, how's it going with adding a full body workout to your workouts? Been thinking about trying it myself. I think it's a great split. It might actually be the best split. It's very underrated. You can combine full body very well with upper lower. You could do an upper lower full body. So my plan is just to continue doing full body. And then if I feel burnt out, if I see, and again, this is where you change your programming. If you start to hit a roadblock and something's not working or your strength isn't going up or it's plateaued, then change things up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do straight full body every other day like I have been doing. And if my progress starts to stall, I'll just go back to an upper lower split for a little bit and then throw in a full body now and again. But I won't be increasing the volume. So the way I'm currently doing is one all-out set per body part. And again, depending on what exercises you're using, it may or may not be more realistic. If you're doing a lot of free weight exercises, it can be very taxing if you're training a lot of muscles with physiologically exhausting exercises. So you have to be mindful of what your exercise selection is for full body training. So I wouldn't increase the volume, but I would go back to like a 2 on, 1 off, for example. The reason why I'm liking the full body is because I love training and I love training every body part. So now I get to do it every other day. It's exciting. So yesterday I did a full body workout. The only downside is that it can take a while. It might be an hour and a half or 2 hours, depending. You can do it quicker, but again, with longer rest periods. So again, when people ask how long should I work out, it doesn't matter. I'll take my time. Sometimes I'll do 5 minutes or 6 minutes. And I will tell you that before your working set, do not underestimate the difference between resting 3 or 4 minutes or 5 or 6 minutes. A lot of people don't have the time to do that. I get it. And I think another downside, if we're going over pros and cons of full body training, a downside of full body training, if you're at a commercial gym, it can be hard because sometimes people are using pieces of equipment or they're using certain, and it's hard to wait and you have to maybe adjust on the fly. If there's a couple people waiting for a machine or there's someone that's on it for a while, all right, I'll do something else. So it's sometimes hard to program that stuff in advance if you may or may not have limited access to a machine. And also because I have my own gym outside, all my machines are always open. So I literally can choose whatever I want that I have whenever I want. And it's also in one area. Some gyms are huge and they'll have a certain machine all the way over here and then something all the way over here. So you have to keep that in mind. It might not be ideal just from an execution standpoint. I used to hate some gyms the way they were designed. They were just so, I don't like big gyms. So if I had a gym membership to another gym, I know certain gyms in the area that I would go to, I don't like big commercial gyms because there's just so much stuff. It's so spread out. I would like a smaller gym that has the equipment closer together. But sometimes smaller gyms can get really busy and then it is what it is. But full body training is great because I look forward to it. So yesterday I trained everything and I just didn't like anymore doing, let's say, upper body on Monday and then waiting until Friday to do it. So now I get to train it Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. So I get to hit it again. And it's great. It's great. It just depends on what you recover from. But I'm also doing one set up to and including failure, just one all-out set. So I got my warm-up sets and then my all-out set. It's been really cool. It's been really cool. But a great pair, and you don't have to feel like you're forced into staying full body forever. Again, if you're starting to stall in your progress, it's something that you can revisit. So if I'm doing, again, full body and I start to stall or I feel drained or whatever, because it is exhausting, but you get, every time I train, I'm fresh because I have a day off before every single workout. This is why I like the upper lower every other day. Because every time I trained, I was fresh. Physiologically, I was fresh because I was coming off a recovery day. But if I see my progress start to stall, I will reassess and then tweak. You could also do upper lower rest, full rest, upper lower rest. You can mix and match too, depending on the volume. But remember, if I'm doing full body and I'm going back to upper lower, the tendency is to maybe do more volume. But if you are stalling, it's usually not because you're not doing enough. It's usually because you're doing too much. Sheena says, once my kids move out, I'm getting more equipment and putting in their rooms. They're 18 and 20, so soon, LOL. You better hope so. In 10 years, they're still there, and you're like, shit, I want to make your room a gym. LMR on Instagram, what's your favorite cut of steak? Ribeye. I'm a ribeye man. Jeremy, any hints on releases on Monday? Masterclasses ? No hints. You'll have to be there to find out for yourself. But we will. We will have new releases. Sheena says, F that. I'll kick them out before. Good for you. Sheena's like, I'm building this fucking gym. Get out of my house. They're just going to have a lock, like a padlock on their door one day. Just, nope, you're done. Evict them. Ben on YouTube, Papa Swole, do you do any kind of cleanses or detox? I do not. But I do wash. I wash my pits, my balls, my crack. Make sure you clean those areas though. Oh, we will have the merch on Monday. What's today? Saturday. The merch on Monday is the best merch in the game. papaswolio.com, best merch in the game. We have epic merch on Monday. I will say that. I'm very excited for it. Lavash on Rumble's merch. It's coming. Sheena's going to change the locks. That's badass. It's badass. I will say that full body has been great. My numbers are fucking going up almost every session. It's awesome. It's awesome. Remember, frequency is the game. Frequency is the game. If you're giving your body more opportunity to receive stimulus, you're going to make more rapid progress. The question is, are you training properly in order to maximize that stimulus? Okay. It's okay, thanks. By the way, hashtag SSS at Swole Slut Saturday, so hashtag triple S, drop that in the comments down below for a chance to win today's Swole card. And we'll give that away at the end of today's episode. So if you're watching on Instagram, make sure at least you subscribe to the other channels. Make sure you subscribe The Daily Swole on YouTube, The Daily Swole on Rumble. Rumble's the best place to watch. Sometimes we get blocked or we get shut down on YouTube. So make sure you subscribe, and you could also catch it on Spotify or Apple Podcast. No, I did not serve in the military. Omar, do I have a favorite t-shirt? I don't have a favorite. We have too many awesome ones for me to have a favorite. Some of the ones I like the most, I love Don't Vote If You Skip Leg Day. I love the Back to the Fucking Gym. Forest Pump is a classic. The Lift, Lift, Lift Donald Pump shirt is great. Depth Vader. I mean, I love so many shirts. I absolutely do not have I can't pick a favorite. Too many. Too many awesome designs. And I forget. So why don't you drop in the chat, what's your favorite shirt? And whenever I ask this question, people always pick a shirt. Oh my God, I forgot about that one. I forgot about the Nemo one. Yeah. Just Keep Lifting. We have so many designs. Whenever someone drops in the chat, I'm like, oh my God, I forgot about that one. That's a great shirt. We have so many new shirts every week. We do new merch every week. It's wild. The NOC shirt. Robbie Lozano. Robbie or whatever. What kind of exercise do you recommend for someone with knee wear? Knee wear. I don't know what that means. I would recommend looking into in Swolenormous X, the ankle, knee, and hip mobility masterclasses. Reverse sled pulling is great. Yoga is fantastic also, but whenever you have knee issues, it's usually related to elements above and below the knee as well. Because there's a lot of muscles that cross the ankle and the knee, as well as the knee and the hip. Casillas, I would love a shirt that says every day is a Monday. Now go to the fucking gym. Every day is a Monday? No, it's not. Every day is today. Go to the fucking gym. I have a great post on X. It's like, I believe in diversity. Going to the fucking gym on Monday. Going to the fucking gym on Tuesday. Going to the fucking gym on Wednesday. I'm huge into diversity. All workouts matter. All days matter. The intermittent fasting games. What a great fucking shirt. Underrated. Underrated design. Instead of the Hunger Games, the intermittent fasting games. Oh, what a great shirt. I don't even know where some of these are. I have them. I don't even know where they are. I have too many shirts. I don't think I've ever worn that in a video. Some of them I've gotten in and just, they get lost in the shuffle. Saved by the Dumbbell. Well, now it's Saved by the Barbell, right? Yep. Saved by the Barbell is better, but some of you got the limited edition. Sometimes I'll change a design last minute, but after we launch it. So if you get it right away, sometimes you get a one-time print. We're never going to release that again. That's for sure. Pam says, I wore the Hope one. And a couple people asked me who that was. I had to say, go to the fucking gym. Oh, that's right. The Camel Toe Harris mocking shirt. Yeah, the Papa Swolio Hope shirt. That was a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. Now I have to retire the Papa Swolio 2024 merch. We gotta change that, actually. We gotta update it to 2028. Or should I run for the midterms? Saved by the Gym. That's a good one too. But I like Saved by the Bell, but Saved by the Barbell. I still like it better. But Saved by the Gym is good too. Cerny says, your dad is my cardio. Gets so many comments when I wear it, but I think people are shocked an old lady is wearing it. That's great. Cerny, you should be like, your grandfather's my cardio. Your grandfather's my cardio. Jeremy, I think you should have a Swole coin shirt. We have a Swole pilled shirt. I bet you there is an actual Swole coin, shit coin. I don't want to promote shit coins though. But we have a Swole pilled merch. People get red pilled, white pilled, black pilled. You get Swole pilled. Do I consume alcohol? No. I used to, but no, I have no desire to anymore. I had wine several months ago, but maybe a certain occasion went out for seafood. So I had Mama Swolio wanted some white wine. So I was like, all right, let's get a bottle. And I had a little bit. This is not something that I really enjoy. Women love fucking wine, though. I don't know what it is. Sheena says, I need to get one of the intermittent fasting games shirt. That one is amazing. It is amazing. I probably should get another one. And here's another thing. I outgrew a lot of these shirts. So most of the ones I have were larges and I got fucking bigger. I put on some size. Maximum Swole. It works. It works so well. So I need to get some of these shirts in XL now so I can actually wear them comfortably. They're just too tight, which makes me happy too. But I have to give them away or something. I'm probably going to do some bulk specials, like sell them in packs of like 20 at a huge discount and do like limited edition 20 mix and match large tees and tanks or something like that. Some of the tanks work well. So for me, the XL tank doesn't really fit well. It's too wide on the sides for me. So the tanks work well as a large. I don't like the XL tanks for me, but I like the XL shirts. I like the XL tees and the large tanks. But sometimes certain ones, they've been through the wash. Sometimes they don't fit as well as they used to. Things get tight over time sometimes. But it makes a man feel good when you don't fit into shirts. You're trying to get big. You're trying to make gains, and then you just can't fit into clothing. It feels good. Just like how a lot of ladies want to lose fat and lose weight. Like, oh, this is big now. Well, that's cool. Most dudes are the opposite. It's getting tight. It's getting tight. I should put a box of merch together and just sprinkle some bacon bits in there. And beard hair. Javi, Papa Swolio, do you work out one muscle a day or blend muscle exercise in order to work out the whole body during all the week? Currently, I'm doing a full body split. So I do one all-out working set for each body part. One set. One set chest, one set back, one set shoulders, one set bi, one set tri, one set quad, hamstring, glutes, adductor. And it really depends. If I'm doing a heavy squat pattern like a pendulum squat or a leg press, I'm not going to do an adductor machine in addition to it. So it really depends. It really depends if I'm doing a prone leg curl or a seated leg curl. It depends on all the other exercises I'm doing. If I feel a little bit worn down, I'm not going to do more taxing exercises. And I don't do every other day. I'm not doing hack squats every other day. This is too exhausting. So I might do a hack squat or a pendulum squat or a leg press with my full body on Monday. And then on Wednesday, I'll do a leg extension. And then I might do leg extension for 2 sessions in a row. It depends on how I feel. It depends on how I feel. Because as you can understand, even if you're training close to failure, a leg extension is not as exhausting as doing a pendulum squat or a Smith machine hack squat or leg press. So you have to also manage your overall fatigue. It's not just the total sets you're doing in a workout. It's also the exercise selection, which matters. I love how everyone comes into the chat just fascinated that I'm not currently in the gym right now. I'm not currently lifting. What are you doing here? Go to the fucking gym. You might be shocked to realize that I'm not lifting 24 hours a day. Pinkies up for the fancy vegan tears. Dominican Republic, shout out. Ve al puto gimnasio. All right, hashtag SSS at Swole Slut Saturday. Drop down the comments down below.
I got hairy legs.
We're about to wrap up, so last chance for questions. Last chance for questions. Last chance. Cerny says, how exciting having to get a bigger size because of your gains. Excellent. I know. It's so glorious. It's fantastic. It feels fucking great. Feels great. Oh, tainting it. Look at this guy. Look at him. He's off his... Not even on the bed. Not even on the bed. Not even close. Not even close. I don't even know what that means. My favorite sweet protein snack? Protein's not sweet. If you're eating sweet protein, you should probably... I don't know. Is there any kind of protein that's sweet? That sounds disgusting. What protein is sweet? I'm not talking about protein powders that have artificial sugars and stuff like that. My favorite sweet protein? Ugh. If your meat is sweet, then you should throw that shit out. Sweet meat? Ugh. Honey on my eggs. Well, your eggs are not sweet. Well, that's only if you put honey on your eggs. Yeah, it's going to be sweet, I suppose. That sounds... Is that a thing? Is that a thing? Honey on eggs? I never even thought about that. Jay Sanchez. How do I feel about creatine gummies? You're probably getting in a lot of artificial sweeteners and stuff. I don't care about that at all. I just take a scoop of creatine and I'll put it in a shake or I'll put it in water or orange juice or something. I don't need to chew it. I want to make sure I'm getting it and not getting anything else. The Real CS Mike, what's your opinion on the transparent lab products? I've heard that name before. I don't know anything about their products. Is it just the powders? Is it just the raw ingredients? Sweet meat. That just makes me kind of nauseous thinking about it. Unless you're looking for that, you know, you're looking for that biggest dickus, right?
Biggest dickus?
You want some sweet meat. I guess organ meats have different textures, so maybe some organ meats are naturally sweet, but I don't eat a lot of organ meats, just liver, heart, bone marrow. Everyone's talking about penis in the comments. People like large, sweet meat. Yeah, I get it. I've ordered things that are, breakfast sausage and stuff like that, but I hate the sweet. One time we got one, it tasted like maple syrup. It was disgusting. I hated it. I don't like it. I don't like anything sweet like that. If you add something to, it tastes good, but anything that's kind of mixed in or pre-done like that, it usually tastes crappy to me. I don't need a lot. And a lot of people need that hyper palatable taste. When it comes to scents, when it comes to tastes, a little bit goes a long way for me, so I'm not a big fan. Colton Parks, Bulgarian split squats are kicking my ass. What would you recommend I do exercise-wise to condition me to better perform them? I mean, there's other exercises. Bulgarian split squats can be good for glutes if you put your foot out further. Stabilize yourself. Hold on to a bar. Hold on to the side of a squat rack. A lot of people do Bulgarian split squats and they're just like stabilizing and balancing. You can hold on to something. You don't have to be wobbling around like that. You could do it on a Smith machine too. Remember, the more stable an exercise, the more you can load it. And the safer it is too. Just some thoughts. I don't understand that kind of I don't understand the whatever goes around online. I know it's a meme. I put, this is my form. Why is my head down from Bulgarian split squats so people don't see me crying? I don't understand what the tears or the pussification around Bulgarian split squats. I'm not talking about the person that asked the question, but everyone that's like, oh my God, Bulgarians, it makes me cry. So I put my head down. And I think these are from people that don't train hard, because Bulgarian split squats are no more challenging than pendulum squats, than leg press, than hack squats, than leg extensions. If you're training hard, it's all the same. It's all uncomfortable and it all fucking hurts and it's all hard. Stop crying about it. Just make sure you understand what you're trying to target. Bulgarian split squats is if you put your foot further out and you're not getting as much knee flexion, you're getting a lot more adductor and glutes. So just make sure you can elevate your front heel. You can bring your foot in so you're getting more knee flexion. And you don't need to put your foot up really high. You just put your foot on like 6 inches or a foot. Most people put their foot up on a bench, but it's way too high. What you're trying to do is just take your back leg out of the equation. But if you put it too high, you're going to be using that back leg more for support. Oh, that was good. That was nice. Targeting my pancake ass. Well, if you're trying to build your glutes, there's better exercise than Bulgarians. If you're trying to work your glutes, try 45-degree hypers with a band. You could do hip thrusts with a barbell. You could do the abductor machine. You could do some sort of machine kickback if you have access to that. But you can target. You'll get a little bit of glutes with Bulgarians. You'll get much more adductor and quad depending on your foot position. Working on my triceps, what's your advice, please? Progressive overload? You really only need a couple different exercise and rotation. Weighted dips are great. Some sort of like a JM press and a tricep push down. Some sort of like a bar or a long rope, like a long strap extension. So some sort of tricep extension. So you target a little bit more of the long head, whether single arm or two arm, and then some sort of JM press or dips. That's pretty much all you need for triceps. You don't need to go overhead and then down. You don't need a lot of variety. Remember, all these body parts, they don't do that many different things. So there is application for using a couple different exercises and cycle through just to make sure you're hitting all these different aspects, but you don't need to do them all in the same session, and you don't need as many different exercises as you think. So you find one or two that you really like, and then you stick to that. But when I say dips, I'm not talking about on a bench. Those are garbage. When I'm talking about dips, I'm talking about on actual dip platform, like, with the handles, with weights, once you get there. Because pushdowns or long rope pushdowns will, if you do them properly, will hit the long head a little bit more. You could also do kind of like overhead pullover extensions. So there's different ways to hit the long head a little bit more. You'll still hit all three parts of the tricep, but there's certain positions that you'll hit the long head. You'll activate that a little bit more. JM press is great. A machine dip, like even with a machine, there's some machines that you'll find at gyms that are kind of like a dip machine where the hands are kind of like in front. So it's kind of like a JM press. So I'll do JM presses on Smith machine is great for JM presses. And also I have a decline Nautilus leverage chest machine that I love for triceps. So I use that for triceps. I don't like it for chest, but I like it for triceps. I was going to sell it or get rid of it, but it's actually like a really good tricep press machine. So I keep it. So the JM press will target a little bit more of the medial head and the short head. And then some sort of, that's because it's moving, because the humerus is moving. But then when you lock out the arm position for extensions, the long head will have a little bit more leverage for those. What age do I recommend to start going to the gym? As young as possible. If you're not doing crazy stuff to failure, you could be climbing ropes and doing physical activity when you're 3, 4, or 5. You should be very physically active. But in a gym doing like structured training, it really depends on how you're taught. You can use PVC pipes. You could have your kids using a PVC pipe and pressing overhead and using 1-pound weights. So, kids can lift things, but doing a structured program like pushing hard, probably when you're a teenager, you can really start getting into that more. But you could be educating and teaching proper form younger than that. Remember, you can build anything but calves. Well, that's not true. That's not true. Most people don't train their calves with priority or properly. So not true, but what's my favorite beach in Florida? Man, I don't know. Go east or west. They're all great. You went to the nude beach. Where'd you go? Hallover? I don't know how many other nude beaches are there. I know Hallover Beach is nude. There's a section of it. I mean, pretty much the entire state of Florida is beautiful beach. But if you're local to certain areas, there are going to be certain spots. I don't like crowded beaches, so I kind of know where to go, where it's going to be nice, where you can park, because that's also a pain in the ass. If you're going on certain days, you want to go someplace where it's not super crowded, where you can actually park and access the beach. The Keys are beautiful. I'll never go to South Beach again for the rest of my life, but it's beautiful down there. It's just locals don't go there. Locals don't go to South Beach. West Coast beaches are beautiful. Siesta Key and all those things. I think Siesta Key is usually top like 1 or 2 beaches in the country. Beautiful over there. Nice powdery sands. West Coast has different sand than the East Coast. That's a hard one to pick because there's so many nice ones. Is there a JM press type of masterclass? No, but there could be someday. Different movements for JM pressing. That's a good one. That's a good one for the list. I like that. I like that very much. That's good for the list. Fam, we're good. I'm going to sign off on Instagram. Thanks for being here. Make sure you follow the podcast. Links to join the fam and get access to all the training programs and masterclasses and merch and everything. Link is in my bio here on the Real Papa Swole account. Thanks for being here. And let's see, where are we at? Let's give away this Swole card. Let's give away this Swole card. Got a long list for masterclasses, but definitely want those things on the list. Definitely want to address a lot of those things. Very good questions. Very good questions today. All right, let's give away the Swole card. Thanks for being here. Hashtag Swole Slut for a chance to win today's Swole card. Let's give this away. Mr. Mustard, get on your bed, you nasty man. We got a little SSS. Today's winner. You better prove it. Is it truly beast mode or is it Jeremy beast mode? Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Now you have to go beast mode. Well done, good sir. Send us an email to support@swolenormous.com, swolecard3193 in the subject, your mailing address in the body of the email. Thanks for playing. Thanks for being here. We may or may not be back for another Q&A tomorrow. We'll see how it goes, but we do have our accountability meeting on Monday, new releases and all that good stuff. So thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Truly appreciate it. And we got a lot of great stuff coming, so stay tuned for all that. Join us over at swolenormousx.com. Again, thanks for being here. Like, subscribe, hit the thumbs up button on the way out, and we'll see you next time. Peace, McGee, Deuce, Magoose, your boy, Papa Swole. Out.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808s, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock crashing. Like an IPO, trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they king left and they so mad, it's like...
Then yeah, I found that young king with my crown at 10 racks in the fanny pack, couple hundred in the Louis bag.
That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you laid. What kind of game is you playing? We go hard in the paint. We go hard in the paint. What the fuck is you saying? What the fuck is you saying? I only go where they pay. What kind of game is you playing? Yeah, whoa, my shit is relevant. Off topic, my melanin is popping. I'm taking skeletons on closets and making